Betty thinks it is! That's no...
Morning, Punchbag. How you diddling then? Got that cellar all ship-shape, I hope?
Oh, Panic, you got to eat your dinner off the floor. Matter of fact, I'm thinking of taking my bed down there.
Oh, you can forget that. I'm not being done for harbouring no despicable home wrecker.
Well, that's right. Have a good laugh. Kick a fellow when he's down.
Listen, Cock, OK, so you were dropped on.
Dropped on? You're not kidding. I got for a walloping some other joker should have got.
Oh, the other one, Jack, let's face it. If the dustbins and the washing lines in Cromwell Road could talk, your name would not go unmentioned.
Luke, I am telling you, since I fell off that ladder, I haven't set foot down Cromwell Road.
Well, he must have got the name Duckworth from somewhere. You know, your assailant, the outraged husband.
Well, that's what's nagging me, you see. There were no messing. It was just, oi, Duckworth, Wallet. And I have never been near.
Well, haven't you got a namesake?
Brilliant. And who is the only namesake I've got round these parts? And who is on the knocker down that way? Our Terry.
Dear God. Sounds like a pretty kettle of fish to me.
Hey, don't move away, love. I've got a request, because I need to catch that little jerk on his Todd.
So?
So, if I nip off now, I could collar him. Because he doesn't start his telling that well later on, you see.
I'm sorry, Jacko, but right now your domestic complications are not number one on my priority list.
Look, so okay, you've got a bowler out coming to do the stock count. That cellar is like a palace. I'll give you all the dockets, everything's in order.
This is a brewery audit, you know.
Look, Bess, if I don't get this sorted, I'm going to spend tonight on the Tuckney rope, love.
I don't know.
Look, it won't take me no more than 10 minutes. I'll be back before the brewery fella shows his face. It is vital that I catch Mr. Cleverclogs while his mother's not about.
Make it snappy. Any queries on barrelage, I want you here with the answers.
Bet, you are a princess amongst publicans. What are you, eh?
Good morning. I'm Mr. Sanderson from Newton Ridley.
Hello there. Pleased to meet you. I'm Bet Lynch. Do come through. I've got the books all laid out, plus a little light refreshment.
That sounds fine.
Well, I should imagine these audits are pretty dry work.
Oh, absolutely.
Ah, here he is, my little treasure. What every pub needs, an honest, reliable potman of the highest integrity.
Nice to meet you. I'd just like to say thanks. The cellar book does your credit, Mr. Duckworth.
We'll be getting us gold stars first post tomorrow.
Very likely. But before you get carried away, I'd been asked by head of sales to make one other point, which is that unfortunately turnover was down on last month.
Hey, hang on. We had Christmas and New Year in last month's figures.
I realise that. And believe me, this is not a personal comment. It's just that company policy as regards turnover is currently, well, aggressive. When it's down, everybody gets told.
In other words, they've decided to put the screws on.
If you like. Anyway, keep up the good work. I'll see myself out. Good afternoon.
Try cock. So that's what you're getting when you feed him. I could have took him through there, sat him down, turned the fire off, slapped the books on the table and said, right, monkey. But oh no, I wined him, I dined him. What do we get? A rocket.
Yeah, well, maybe it's like he says. He gets all his orders, we get ours, all part and parcel of being the hired hand, isn't
Sure.
it? Hey, before you rush off, love, I just want... Can you do us a favour? See, the mood our Vera's in, I most likely need somewhere to put my head down tonight.
Sorry, Jacko. Orphans I will gladly shelter from the storm, but despicable home wreckers have got no chance.
No, it was all a mistake. It turns out it was our Terry.
I would need a swan statement.
Oh, look, just for one night, till I sort myself out.
Try the Sally Bash. A bit of hymn singing might just do you good. Hello, here he is, son of the fighting potman. Have you seen your dad, or has he been arrested?
He's at peace.
Oh, aye. What did your mum hit him with?
She didn't hit him, she smothered him with love and affection.
I see, a mercy killing.
No killings, no marital bust-ups. All's forgiven. They're on the sofa now like two kids. I feel like Shirley Temple.
Yeah, and apart from my associate's weird desires, Mr. Duckworth sends his respects and asks if he can be excused parade.
Fair enough. We'll skip the details. What'll it be, lads?
Nothing, thanks.
No, we're not stopping. We just popped in with the message. We didn't want you worrying. You see, we've had a very good day, so we paid a month's rent in advance. We've filled up the tank with petrol, and now we're on a tour of trendy night spots. Ta-da.
Hey up. You're looking busy. Have they brought back Prohibition or what?
It wouldn't surprise me. What can I get you, love? Crate of brown ales, barrel of bitter?
No, as a matter of fact, I'm not stopping better. Just fancied a packet of crisps. Oh, go on then. I'll have a swift half a lager while I'm here. I might as well.
Mate, I'll have it good to you.
Hey, have you ever thought of giving it up, this pub management? You know, you could go in for mortuary work.
I've thought of nought else since this dinner.
Hold on, Bet, it's only a gag. Come on, trade and pick up, love.
Not that, either. What niggles me is having the brewery on me back all the time. Turnover, target figures. Annie Walker had none of them worries. She just paid her rent, and that were it. She did what she liked in her own little empire.
Well, you'd never give your job up, surely.
Why not? Managing a pub's no big deal. A tenancy. That's what you want. That's what Annie Walker had. Why not me?
Our Vera's always been mad jealous, you see. Not as I can blame her, really.
You're a big-headed article, you.
No, fair dues. I've always been attractive to women. Not as I'm bragging, it's just a fact of life.
Not the facts of life as they were explained to me, Jacko. Right, that's my taxi. Now then, until I get back from the brewery, you're in charge, right?
Hey, this visit to the brewery, what's it all in aid of? I know damn well there's something going on.
What makes you think that?
Well, the way you're all poshed up for one thing. I mean, you're not exactly dressed for a donkey stolen the flag floor, are you?
Right, I'd better tell you, if it'll stop you pestering, rooting through me handbag and eavesdropping on my phone calls. But if it goes one step further, I'll know exactly where it's come from and you will be in lumber, right?
Cross me out.
I've got an appointment with Sarah Ridley about taking over the tenancy of this place. I'm sick of being manager.
Is that it?
Is that not enough? Be a big step for me, will that?
Yeah, well, it make no odds to me, will it? Whether they call you the management or the tenants, or... You still be my boss, just the same.
Yeah, and just you remember that. And listen, you're supposed to be testing that ale, not supping it.
There you go, kiddo.
OK, thanks.
Yeah, very much.
Right, I'm back. Now then, have you coped?
Oh, no, Deidre. It went like clockwork. How did you go on?
Don't ask.
No good, then. Management and that's that.
Oh, they'd happily sell the tenancy. Told me straight, they'd much rather have tenants in the pub. Trouble is, the price they're asking. Have a guess, go on.
I don't know, no idea.
15,000 quid.
15? Are they kidding?
No, they're not, you know. Sarah Ridley told me that's rock bottom price and all. Especially after all the money they've spent doing the place up. Just goes to show you it's right what they say. Whether you're rich or whether you're poor, it's best to be rich.
Definitely. Hey, seeing as I've been struggling, it's all right to nip home for half an hour. I've got some important business on, vital paperwork.
Important business, you.
Yeah, well, with all this aggravation with Alvera, I've not done my bills yet, and I like to get them in the post for Wednesday tea time. Because the week I get them 8 drawers up, I don't want no funny business about my bills not getting there on time.
Oh, I suppose so. Go on, then.
Thanks, boss. Hey, by the way, when I do get me 8 drawers up, I'm going to be buying Newton Ridley, and you will find me a lot nicer to deal with than the present management.
Try and I'll tell you something else. Them clothes of yours can't stop in my living room forever, you know. I mean, if I have visitors, how am I going to explain a tangled mess of your underpants on my sideboard?
Well, where am I going to sleep tonight? I can't go home. Be like dicing with death, keeping it in our house without Vera, the way she's behaving. I might never wake up.
Before you go any further with your sob story, you are not spending the night here.
Look, just one night, until she calms down.
No, you are not involving me in your domestic disputes.
Now, Luke, if you're worried about that there, you know, interference in the night, I can assure you there'd be none of that.
Oh, well, that's another reason you're not stopping then. Look, Jacko, think of yourself as a statistic. Part of a new growing social problem. The battered husband. I'm banking on it driving more and more fellas to drink.
It's easy for you to be cheerful.
No, it's not. I have to force myself. Same as you should be doing. I've been deciding this afternoon to get a grip on my life. Pondering over that 15,000 quid that the brewery want for the tenancy of this place. OK, it sounds a lot of money the first time you hear it. I bet in a couple of years it'll look cheap.
What are you saying?
Well, I'm saying I'm going to have a crack at raising the money. Starting with a call on my local friendly bank manager.
That's a lot to borrow a load of debt round your neck.
Well, I don't need all of it, do I? I've managed to put a few quid by this last couple of years. I want this tenancy, Jacko. I'm sick of being the manager, leaping to attention every time Newton and Ridley blow a blast on the bugle. I could make this pub a real little goer if it was really mine.
Well, it seems a daft game, in my opinion, getting a load of debt like that round your neck.
Yeah, well, we all have our problems to contend with. Here comes yours now. So, you'll be able to manage for a couple of hours, will you, Betty, love? Only, you see, between 12 and 2 is about the only time Bernardo can fit me in, you see.
Who the heck's he when he's at home? Bernardo?
Now, who he is when he's at home, Betty, love, I really wouldn't like to say. Probably Vanessa or somebody, I should think, from the way he walks. But when he's Bernardo, he runs that new hairdresser's Cut and Thrust down Rosamond Street.
It's a funny sort of a day to have hairdo.
Yeah, well, today's the big day, isn't it, Betty, love?
The big day?
When I go and see the bank manager about that loan. I've got an appointment with him at 3:30 at the bank.
Oh, I see. So you're definitely going through with it, Tyler?
Well, if he comes through for me, yes, I am.
I hope you're not biting off more than you can chew, Duck.
Betty, love, I know what I'm doing.
Oh, yes. Well, that'll make a change.
Well, thank you, Betty, for that vote of confidence.
I'm sorry, lovey. I'm worried to death about you, honestly. I mean, it's a lot of money to have to find his 15,000.
Betty, love, to accumulate, you have to speculate.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't need to borrow the entire 15,000. I've got 3,000 of my own in the bank.
Have you?
But of course.
Well, how have you managed to salt away that sort of money?
Well, now the story that I put around is that that money represents the fruits of years of hard labour behind this bar. But you and I know better than that, don't we?
Do we?
But of course. Surely you realise when them towels go over, I slip on this long frock and go robbing stagecoaches down Oldham Road. It was Faye Dunaway I got the idea from, you know.
Really? I'd have thought it'd have been Margaret Lockwood.
I know, Betty, love. But that's your age showing that, isn't it?
Oh, you cheeky monkey.
So, what do you think then? Will I do?
Don't you think it's just a touch sort of serpent of the Nile?
Betty, what the hell were you expecting me to do? Stick it up in a bun and turn up there wearing sensible brown shoes?
This is your friendly neighbourhood bank manager that you went on vamping, you know, not Sky Masterson.
Betty, what you don't seem to realise is this one is not your typical bank manager.
Oh, you mean when he's not down in the high street clucking over overdrafts, he's sort of mouthpiece for the mob?
No, what I mean is he's not some old fuddy-duddy, that's all. Besides, it's not as though me and him are complete strangers, you know. We've shared the odd laugh and a giggle through the bulletproof glass.
I see. Well, I don't know why you don't go the whole hog, get yourself a pair of fishnet tights and a feather boa.
And don't you think, Betty, that that thought also had not crossed my mind?
So, did you get it then?
Now, if by get it you mean, have I come home with 12,000 smackers in my hot little handbag? Not exactly, no.
Oh, love, I am sorry.
Well, there's no need to be sorry, Betty, love. The word is he sees no reason why not in principle. So, I've filled in all the proper forms, and any day now he should be popping over to give this place the once-over. All right?
Why would I want to do that?
Because a bank manager has to do what a bank manager has to do. It's just a formality. And once he's satisfied himself that what we're running here is neither a gin palace or a bawdy house, well, that's it. So, how about a little drinky, just to mark the happy occasion?
Look, do you mind if we don't? Not until you've definitely got those little smackers in your handbag.
Betty, I've told you we're home and dry, kid.
Yeah, possibly. But I, for one, don't believe in spitting in the eye of fate. Got a very nasty habit of spitting right back at you sometimes.
I suppose you're right. But I must say, Betty, you're just a writhing mass of primitive superstitions.
No, love. I've just played before, that's all.
Oh, so you're back then, are you?
Miss me, have you, Jacko?
Of course I have. Everything all right, is it?
Never better, Jacko. Will there be anything else?
No, I just thought I'd pop in and say that I was off.
Oh, isn't that nice of him, Betty? Letting us know he's off.
Yeah, makes a change for him sneaking off like he usually does, you know, first chance he gets.
A bit of a fishing expedition, do you reckon, Betty?
Sounded like that to me.
It's unkind of us, though, isn't it? Keeping poor Jacko in suspense like that.
So are you going to tell him?
Good Lord, no.
Evening, Councillor.
Hello, Alec.
Uneasy lies the head, is it?
Hey? Oh, no, there's only one person who could crown me around here. That's Audrey.
Usual, Irish.
Oh, yes, thanks.
Right.
Hey, you're looking well.
Ah, well, I put it all down to clean living and early nights.
Oh, that's your secret, is it?
All right.
I heard you've been abroad again.
Ah, one of them lightning grand tours. You know, if it's Saturday, it must be Stuttgart.
Can't be bad.
I suppose so. Mind you, when you've seen one hotel room, you've seen them all, haven't you?
Oh, I suppose so.
Thank you.
Evening.
Oh, Ken.
Got a minute, have you, for yet another of those quick chats of ours?
Not more astounding revelations.
More a case of clarification, I think.
Oh, well, why not then? Excuse me. Yes.
Well, if it isn't my very own bad penny.
Been lost without me, kid, have you?
Alec, love, there I've been, wringing out my tear-stained pillow every morning.
Oh, now it's the gin that does that, you know. How have you been?
Oh, I'm fine. How did trip go?
Oh, not bad. In fact, quite profitable, really.
That's good to hear.
Hey, yeah. Did you get me mucky postcard?
I did. In fact, it's in the hands of the police at this very moment.
They never asked to see it.
They asked if they could keep it, love.
You're looking great, then, honest.
Well, I've had my hair done specially. I knew you'd be coming in.
Well, now that is nice. So, come on, tell your Uncle Alec all about it, then.
Tell me, Uncle Alec, about what, love?
Well, this exciting new venture of yours that's supposed to be so top secret that all Weatherfield's heard about.
So, what do you think, then?
Well, that all depends, really, doesn't it, love?
On what?
Well, for starters, if you can get the loot from the banks.
No sweat there, Alec, love.
Well, in that case, what I say is, here's to your bet, love. That's what I say.
Thanks, Alec.
Well, there's a lot more to you than meets the eye, really, isn't there?
What? Not for nothing is she known round these parts as Miss Iceberg.
Well, put it this way, I can't think of any other reason why they go around calling you that.
I'm just locking on, boss. Oh, I see you two are hard at it.
Jack, I want you.
Very civil of you. Nothing like a nice cup of tea to promote harmonious industrial relations.
It is the curse of the working classes, Jack T. If we'd have built motor cars instead of supping cups of tea, we'd have all had a video camera by now. I want to warn you.
What have I done?
It's what you might do. I've got my bank manager dropping in today to give us the once-over.
Going down to see what life's like below the poverty line, is he?
I'm hoping he sees me as a good investment.
You're getting wet at bank manager.
There's a thought. Look, dart about a bit today. Look fully employed instead of standing round picking your nose.
If they ever do a time and motion study here, they'll find one of us is overworked, me, and that's a fact. Hey, what do they look like, bank managers? Not seen one. Do they wear bowler hats and spats, do they?
This one wears a very sexy lopsided grin.
Well, if I was a bank manager, I wouldn't just be grinning, I'd be flaming hysterical.
Do you reckon you'll get the brass to buy the tenancy of this place, lovey? I mean, it's a lot of money.
Well, it won't be for the want of lip gloss and charm, Betty.
Yeah, but banks aren't all that interested in charm, are they? I mean, they want blood.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
I wish you'd shut up, Betty.
The fellow that's just coming in, Betty, the one with the smart suit. That's him, pound to a penny.
Who?
London's bank manager.
I better see
No,
to
no,
it.
no, no, no. You go and give young Knocker that. That's his change. I'll sort this out.
Oh, right, I love it. Hey, I'm a love.
How do you do?
Hello.
Haven't we met somewhere?
I don't.
Don't tell me. No, don't tell me. Got it. Manager, County Bank.
Yes, I am. Do you bank with us?
No, I'm Nat Westman myself, but a colleague of mine pointed it out the other day on golf course, you know.
I don't play golf.
Well, it must have been somewhere else then. What would you like to drink?
A pint of bitter, please.
And you won't regret it, because I look after the ale here. It's like liquid gold.
I like a good pint.
Doesn't everybody? In moderation, of course. Anyway, I'm very glad to meet you, as a matter of fact, because I'm not very happy with my bank at the moment.
Oh?
Difference of opinion about investment strategy, you know.
I see.
By the way, do you do personal loans?
Yes, we do. How much do you want?
What about 5
For the beer.
74. Thank you. Anyway, to get back to these personal loans, do you just have to be a person, right?
That's right.
So all you've got to be is a person.
Well,
Mr. Pollard, how nice to see you.
it's always nice to see you, babe.
Flatterer. I hope he's not charged you for that.
He's a bank manager. If he can't afford it, who can?
Thank you, Jack.
Hey?
Thank you.
I'll see you after about the, you know.
Yes.
About the what?
You know, I'm not really sure.
No, he has that effect on folk, does Jack. Would you care to bring your drink through? I've laid on a bite to eat.
Would you mind if I,
What?
popped up the bar for a bit? Get the feel of the place, drink in the atmosphere. And the beer, of course. I'm on my lunch break.
You're the boss whenever you're ready.
Just 5 minutes.
I thought you were giving him some lunch.
He wants to drink in the atmosphere.
You'll get plenty of that then now.
Oh, how do you do?
Hello.
Don't think I've seen you in here before, have I?
No, first time. I've obviously been missing something.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. It's not what it was, this place.
Isn't it?
Oh, no. Not by a long shot.
Yes, Hilda? What can I get you?
Hey, Betsy.
What?
What's going on?
Going on where?
Oh, you know very well what I mean. Mae West entertaining her bank manager in the back room. Well, she says he's a bank manager.
Does she?
Yeah, fancy man more like. Lizzie Farrington in Lion Street used to say her gentleman caller was the doctor. Actually, he was a butcher from Accrington.
Well, I wouldn't know. I mean, she don't tell me all the business.
Goodness knows what he sees in her, though. I mean, nice-looking chap like him.
Do you reckon?
Still, if he's only ever seen her in her war paint and his eyesight's not up to scratch, that could account for it. She'd be up a gum tree if he ever gets specs, though.
Who's the fellow with Bet, then, Hilda?
A bank manager, so she says. If you believe that, you believe anything.
Very nice, that. Very Moorish, thank you.
Exactly what we give the customers. Betty's a fantastic cook. Her hot pot's a byword round here.
A plain meat pie isn't bad.
Can I get you another drink?
No, thanks. I've got to go back and do some work.
Oh, don't you have minions to do that? I thought your job would be just to sit in your office signing nasty letters.
No, I do my share of that.
You hold people's lives in your hands, don't you?
I wouldn't go so far as to say that.
You do. You have the power to decide whether they make it or they don't.
Well, it's up to them. I'll make it easier, if anything. I oil the wheels.
Are you going to help me?
It's a nice little pub bed. I could get very fond of it.
He says gently before putting the boot in.
And I'm sure you make a very good manager.
I want to be the landlady.
Well, why? I'd have thought the difference between a landlady and a manager was very marginal.
I'd like to have heard you telling Mrs. Walker that.
Mrs. Walker?
The previous landlady. She was here for donkey's years. Every inch a landlady and proud of it. I'd feel it was more my pub if I was the landlady. Me heart'd be in it more. I'd do better. Anyway, I don't think you're entitled to call yourself mine host if you're just the manager.
Ambition doesn't come cheap, Bet.
I realise it's going to cost me an arm and a leg.
Both arms and both legs.
Tell me the worst. I promise not to yell.
If we let you borrow, say, 12,000 for a period of 5 years, you'd have to pay it off at nearly 300 a month.
I am going to yell.
That's as well as your rent, rates, fuel bills, etc. It's a lot of money.
Oh, don't you start. Would you lend me the money?
I think you could manage the repayments, just.
I'd be paying nearly everything I had, coming in almost straight out again, wouldn't I? I'd have to boil dishcloths to eat. God knows where I'd put me back.
I can't see you in something plain and cheap.
No, neither can I. Gaudy and cheap, yeah. Can I ever think about it?
I wish you would.
Do you know something? I wouldn't mind being up to my ears in debt to you.
Be careful. They put us through charm school these days.
Well, thanks again for coming.
My pleasure. Wish I could do a lot more business in cosy clubs. Bye, Bet.
What we were talking about, should I call in to see you, like?
You have to open an account with us before you can actually apply for a personal loan.
An account?
Why not try your own bank?
Oh, by the way, Dad, don't do too much washing up. You know how it makes your hands all red and rough. Get a pair of rubber gloves, Mr. Duckworth.
Bog off!
Hands that
Well, will he lend you the money or what?
Well, he says he will. Snag is, can I afford to take it?
It's a lot of money, love.
Oh, Betty.
Give you for next Christmas.
Well, I glued my brightest smile on, thinking we had a few punters. Obviously, it were a waste of time.
Well, I appreciated it, Bet.
You're a little belter, what are you?
Ooh, do that again. I think I felt the blood starting to flow.
Well, bit of Bill's keeping us going as usual. I mean, what more do you want? Right, I'm coming, Bill. Come on.
You know that bloke comes in drunk. He has 5 pints. Walks out sober.
Well, I wish I had his metabolism. I didn't know you were that friendly with your bank manager.
Oh, he's a love.
But is he generous? Because he's a freak as well, if he is.
Well, it's not his money, is it?
So he wouldn't lend you the loot to buy the tenancy, is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, he'd lend it me, but the cost would be crippling.
You should have come to me, shouldn't you?
You?
Alec Gilroy. I'll have another wee dram and whatever you fancy.
Thank you. What to do, Betty?
I'll bet you don't, lovey. Oh, it's a lot of money.
Do you know how many times you must have said that? It's a lot of money. I know, 15,000 quid's a lot of money.
I'd like a word.
So long as it's a short un.
If you're expecting me to become a communist, you got no chance.
You are?
My granddad were a communist. They used to call our house Little Moscow when he lived with us. He used to go around telling everybody he was going to shoot the King and Lord Derby. It was very embarrassing, especially on Empire Day and Rudyard Kipling's birthday. So you can count me out, and that's final.
She gone loopy?
Jack will have been spinning her yarn. I can't afford to borrow that money from bank, Betty. I can't afford it.
Well, that's that then.
Well, I have had another offer to lend me that brass.
Who from?
Alec Gilroy.
He's offered to lend you 15,000 quid.
12,000, Betty. I've got 3,000 of my own, remember?
You're not going to take it, are you, from him?
Well, I don't think he can be that well off, do you? It's probably just acting big, you know, like he does.
Yeah, one big act if you ask me.
Still?
What?
Nothing. Another day, another dollar, eh, Alec?
Is there any other way to live?
Well, you could always devote yourself to public service, join the Sally Army.
I've bought a few war cries in my time. What more do you want?
You're a hard man, Alec.
Hard life, Bet.
What do you put that down to? An unhappy childhood?
Not really, no. No, my mother saw I got me orange juice. My dad bought me every single number of Meccano set. No, I think the bitterness and cynicism crept in when I realised I didn't look like George Sanders.
Hey, that must have come as a nasty shock.
Ooh, it did. Especially when a girl told me I had more in common with Edward G. Robinson.
You know, Alec, it's hard to tell when you're kidding and when you're telling the truth.
I wouldn't want it any other way, Bet. I mean, look what happens when I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Now, Alec. All right, my love.
Never better. No, I tell a lie. Actually, I once drank half a bottle of scotch in a poolside jacuzzi, watching two gorgeous blondes doing aerobics. That had a very high, happy content, as I recall.
There you go again, telling me fairy tales.
No, it's true. I can take you to the hotel in Marbella.
Alec.
Yes.
You were having me on when you offered to lend me the brass to buy the tenancy of this place, weren't you?
No.
12,000 quid, plus my 3,000, as Betty keeps reminding me. It is a lot of money.
Relatively a lot of money, Bet. I mean, relative to being stony broke, it's a fortune. Relative to having a few bob, it's peanuts. I mean, ask anybody in the city.
It's peanuts to you?
Ah, no, I didn't say that. Let's say it's coconuts, eh? You don't believe me, do you? I could let you have it today if you like.
Passion?
Eh?
You only ever have 2 whiskies at dinner time. This is your 3rd.
I can take it, Bet.
I know you can.
And I can afford it, too.
Have you told him to go and jump in the lake?
No.
Look, you can't take that money from him. There'll be that many strings, lovey. You'd be like a fish in a fishing net.
If I don't take the money, I can't have the tenancy.
At least you won't be beholden to a bloke like Alec Gilroy, now will you?
Tyler.
Alec.
Eh?
Thanks, but no thanks. For the offer of that loan, it was very generous of you.
Thought you wanted to be landlady here very badly.
Oh, I do.
Well, I'm giving you the chance.
I know. But you see, being in debt for 5 figures, well, it frightens me. It's football pool money to me.
I didn't think anything frightened you, Bet.
A lot of things do, Alec. A lot of things. Thanks again.
What? Is Alec Gilroy joining your workers' corporation, then? It'll be the first work he's ever done if he does.
Jack was pulling your leg, Hilda.
Was he? Oh, just wait till I see him. So, what is going on again, then, about her being the tenant here like Annie Walker was? Because that's what she's really after, isn't it? Oh, she's always wanted to be another Annie Walker. But she never will be. She hasn't got the breeding. I mean, she's not a Beaumont of Clitheroe. She's just a Lynch from back Paradise Street. Family were tinkers, you know.
That's your opinion, is it?
Definitely.
Well, there's not much you don't have an opinion about, is there, Hilda? I mean, you're famous for it. Give us a shout, love, if you want another drink.
I think she's lucky to be the manageress, never mind the landlady.
Yeah, you're lucky to be cleaner and all. Right. You told him?
Yep.
What did you tell him?
I told him he could keep his brass.
Ah, it's for the best, love.
I wanted that tenancy, Betty. I know it's not a lot different than what I've got now, but I wanted it.
Well, you'll have to save up a bit harder, love.
Oh, aye, and price will keep going up and all, won't it? God knows, it's not much of an ambition to want to be a pub landlady. But it's best I could hope to do, you see. It'd sort of round me off, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I do, lovey.
Anyway, I just have to tell the brewery I've changed my mind. A girl's entitled to do that, isn't she? There's no lost.
For now, yeah. What's damage?
£1.60 to you, cock.
Right, love. 2 hot pots. Thanks, Doc.
Hey, what's happened to our butties? Waiting for salad to grow, are you?
I've only got 1 pair of hands. I mean, you can see how I'm fixed, Vera, love.
Yeah, but we do have to be back by 1:30, you know.
All right, you're next. I'm not getting them, am I, while I'm standing here arguing the toss with you?
Music to your ears, I bet.
What, Vera's striking down Betty's logo? You should have said I'd have got you LP for Christmas.
No, I mean the sound of that till clattering open and shut.
Yes, love. Glo?
I bet.
If you've popped in for a chat, cock, you come to bit to worst time.
Oh, I'm in no hurry. Good to see you doing so well.
For the next half hour or so, at any rate. I'm not the only one by the look of you. Been splashing out at sales, have you?
Thought I'd treat myself to a new coat for the summer.
Perhaps as well you don't work here no more. Can't have bar staff better dressed than Gaffer, can we? 74, cock.
Right, Vera. All right.
All right. Betty, that was out of this world.
Oh.
Victuals fit for a king. How anybody can perform such miracles with a couple of pound of King Edwards and a bit of scrag end is beyond my comprehension.
Oh, yes. Well, it's still going to cost you £1.50. You know, nothing knocked off for flattery.
Oh, yes, I see. Must have slipped my mind.
Thank you.
You sure you won't have one?
No, thanks, love. Some of us have to work this afternoon, you know.
Thanks, Bet.
I must say, I'm surprised to see you back.
Well, I never intended stopping in Canada.
I nearly had to bust around to get her to go in the first place, didn't I?
Oh, I know. But I reckon once you got there, to change your mind. I mean, from what I hear, it's a cracking country.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful where we were. Right on the edge of the lake, you know. But after my mother died, there was nothing for me to stop for, really, was there? So, here I am back again like a bad penny. Nice to see nothing's changed.
See you. See you, Rita.
See ya.
What are you doing with yourself now you're back?
Oh, not a lot. I thought you'd have got somebody else in when I went.
Oh, we managed to muddle through between us.
And you're still muddling through, are you?
Look, Glo, I'd like to take you back. Honest, I would, kid. But things have changed. I've taken on the tenancy and, well, I'm up to my eyeballs. Until I can see how things are working out, well, I'm sorry, kid, there's nought I can do for you.
No. Well, not to worry.
I'm not saying things might not change once the dust has settled and I can see where I'm going more clearly. But that's not a lot of use to you right now, is it?
Oh, Tar, love, it's time I was off. I've got a couple of eggs I want to check out up Rochdale Way. Should go right to the top. I want to get there early. I'll see you.
See you, Alec.
Oh, by the way, if anybody rings me...
Rings you?
Yes, I've given one or two of my closer, more trusted colleagues this number, in case of emergencies. I hope you don't mind.
Why should I flip in mind? I'm only the tenant.
Yeah. Well, if anybody does ring, tell them I'll give them a bell tomorrow, will you?
Oi, if they keep the sort of hours that you do, I should be telling them a damn sight more than that, I can tell you.
Ta, Ben. See you.
See you. Yes, Vera?
20 fags. Here, what's this I've been hearing about that mate of yours?
Mavis?
No, Deirdre Barlow. Standing for council, so I heard.
Yeah, I think she'll make a very good councillor, Vera.
Yeah, but what's in it for her and that husband of hers? Nobody does hope for now in this world.
I can assure you, Vera, that there's nothing in it for Deirdre or Ken except a lot of hard work for which she'll get no thanks whatsoever. Of that you can be sure.
But they're all the same, aren't they? Promise you earth before election day, then once they're in, who do they think of first? Number one, all us do.
I take it you won't be back in Deirdre's campaign then, Vera?
You're dead right, I won't. Well, at least that's one thing Deirdre's got going for her, at any rate.
Fancy taking the weight off your feet?
Back again? You'll be taking root if you don't watch it. What'll it be?
Lager, I think.
A pint?
Do you mind?
No sign of a job yet?
No.
Hey, I did hear the Bricky's Arms were looking for somebody and the Prince of Wales. I think it's only for dinners, though. Have you tried them?
No, I haven't tried anywhere, not yet.
You fancy a change, do you, from bar work?
No, it's not that. Thanks, Ben.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, thanks. Thanks very much.
Just don't expect me to go making habits of it.
No, I'm not desperate for a job, you know. My mum left me some money when she died. Well, just to tide me over, you know.
Well, why the heck didn't you stop over there in Canada? Do a bit of travelling, splash out a bit, enjoy yourself.
That's what Richard wanted me to do.
Your brother?
Half-brother, actually. No, he was great to me. Couldn't do enough. Could have worked in the hotel, anything.
Bye, Gloria Todd. I sometimes wonder about you. I do, really.
Bet it wasn't me.
I just wanted to get back home, back to my mates. And as soon as I walked through that door, I knew I'd done the right thing. I know it sounds daft, but just the way I am, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm just sorry I can't do out for you about a job like, but you know how I'm fixed, love.
Look, I've told you, I'm not desperate. And like you say, when the dust settles, things might look a bit different. So I'm quite happy to just hang around and see what happens. Wouldn't be the same working anywhere else, you know. Cheers.